In the headlines, COVID-19 vaccinations resume today. Tourism officials forecasting a surge by year's end. And Shawnee Miller-Weibo sets a new world standard this year. It's Tuesday, April 6, 2021. The morning edition starts now.
Every morning is a chance at a new day. Give every day a chance to become the most beautiful day of your life. When is the next holiday? That's all I'm wondering about. I had a great weekend. What about you?
I had a relaxing weekend, a very relaxing weekend. It was a beautiful picture.
Talking about a beautiful picture, I'm looking at you. You're all, let me see what word can I use today. It's Tuesday.
Me.
So I'm going to say you're too-salicious. You're very too-salicious this morning.
Let's put that in the book of records.
Like the young kids say, you're here on fleek.
Slayed.
Your eyebrows on moisture. And your eyelashes just bluffing out like the basketball going into the rim. What's new with you this morning, Kelsey? You must have had a good weekend.
I had a restful weekend. Thanks to my eyelashes and my hair was on fleek. I don't know, yeah, probably.
You didn't know I know the young tech terms.
It's not even tech. That's not tech terms. But you're getting it. Mm-hmm. You're almost there.
So you had a great weekend. What did you do?
I slept most of the weekend, and then I spent the weekend with family and friends, which was really deserving.
Same thing I did, just rested some. When is the next long holiday like this? Most persons are wondering. When is the next? We have, what is next? We have
June.
May is Whit Monday.
Whit Monday, and then
June's Labor Day.
And
then
that's
we have
it, then Independence.
So we don't have a long...
No. You forgot. July, and then the best month, August.
March is gone.
No, I said August, my birthday. My birthday month.
That will make you, what, 47?
40.
The big four.
The big 4-0 is coming this year.
You look like you're 21 this morning. You're still
Fisher, I would buy you breakfast.
Still trying to look young.
Fisher, continue with the compliments. I am definitely going to buy you breakfast.
Well, it sounds like we had a great weekend, Kelsey. We're looking forward to it. It's a short week ahead, Tuesday.
Yes, and you're off on Friday.
I hope a lot of persons don't forget that today is Tuesday and not Monday. And get to work on time this morning after a long weekend.
Well, most bosses, they give you a little leeway in terms of getting to work late after a long holiday weekend. They know that a lot of persons were out there enjoying themselves, so you can go in at least an hour late.
And I know them viewers out there are saying, I wonder where those bosses are. They're not my bosses, and they're definitely not our boss, because we were here this early.
Early this morning.
Early on the streets this morning is our Lloyd Allen. He's on fleek as well. I got a new term this morning. Good morning, Lloyd.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Well, good morning, Fisher and Kelsey, and good morning, Bahamas. And so like you guys, of course, I too had a beautiful weekend. Of course, a lot of rest and met up with family. And so it was a great Easter holiday weekend. 4 days, in fact. And so we're returning, like you, back to work on this Tuesday morning. And today, your first look at traffic coming in from the intersection of Robinson Road and East Street. Now, as you can see from our traffic shots, it's a beautiful flow of traffic in this area. Of course, traffic moving at a moderate pace, about 2 or 3 cars at a time. The most busiest location here is that eastbound lane heading onto Robinson Road. And so, of course, if you need to utilize this route to get to your morning destination, you should be able to do so nice and smoothly. Of course, some other good news, the traffic light here is fully functional. In other parts of the capital, we do want to remind you of road works that are ongoing. If you do happen to approach any of those, you would want to drive with caution and care to avoid any possible delays. And of course, we want to give a special shout out to those persons on the Family Islands. Of course, we made mention of some care for drivers prior to the holiday weekend. And of course, some good news coming in from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division. No major incidents reported, but we'll have a complete update for you on our Wednesday edition of the Traffic Report. Fisher and Kelsey, back to you guys in studio.
Taking a look now at your weather, we are waking up to a chilly 59 degrees, partly cloudy. High pressure ridge just north of the area will continue to produce mostly dry and stable conditions across the country today. Partly to mostly sunny and warm, but a bit breezy in the central and southeast Bahamas, mostly fair and mild tonight. Daytime temperature 81 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low 64. As for the rest of the week, Wednesday 77 in the day, 67 at night. Thursday quite the same, 79 day, 68 at night. Friday picks up a bit, 80 in the day, 70 at night. We are just coming off a long holiday weekend, so can't be looking ahead to another weekend already. But if you are like me, temperatures 81, 84 in the day, 71, 72 at night.
Here are some of the stories making news. When COVID-19 vaccinations resume today, another group will be added to the list of persons eligible to get it. That from Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis.
I know that there have been great concern about the individuals in Harper Island having to receive a PCR before they can travel to any of the other mainlands. But that is to avoid the possibility of infections being transported to other family islands where we would then face challenges. And hopefully that is only a temporary measure, but I hope they will understand that it's in the interest of the nation so that we can open as quickly as possible and get our citizens employed, get our businesses open, and get our economy starting to reopen.
COVID vaccines resume today in New Providence and Grand Bahama. Centers will open at the Loyola Hall on Gladstone Road and the Church of God of Prophecy East Street, here in New Providence, and at the Susan J. Wallace Center in Grand Bahama. Persons who are not eligible, that is, they do not fall within the age or professional groupings, should not attempt to present to the centers for vaccinations. Meantime, the Public Hospitals Authority is advising that all persons in Grand Bahama who did not receive COVID-19 vaccination immunization cards may collect them at Susan J. Wallace Center on Thursday and Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 12 noon, and again at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Tourism officials are forecasting a surge in tourism numbers by year's end. Tourism Minister the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar says he's optimistic that our core market, visitors from the United States, will return in considerable numbers. Minister de Aguilar says since the country's borders reopened, visitors from our core market of the United States have wasted no time in relaxing in the Bahamas alongside the series of COVID-19 protocols.
The high-end, more affluent travelers do not find these a bother at all. In fact, they make them safer. Now, to the core of our tourist arrivals, the sort of middle-income American, these impediments are a pain. And so you see in the islands where they cater more to the high-end boutique travelers or the properties in New Providence that travel to that type of traveler, they have been doing well. It's just the middle market that generates the vast majority of our travelers that are still not traveling in the numbers that we need them to travel.
Director of Labor John Pinder says getting the population vaccinated will be a key element to the economy returning to some form of normalcy. His comments come as there is still some hesitation among members of the public about being inoculated with the 2 doses of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. The Director of Labor admits he too was initially hesitant, but now suggests it is routine, recalling the shots he was required to get as a child. Pinder believes if the vaccine can prevent the spread of disease, it will be useful.
If we can be on the same accord as relates to the vaccination and people are not frightened of the vaccination, I think it will certainly help our country. We recognize now that persons in the tourism industry will have to get these vaccinations to keep themselves employed so that when guests coming to the Bahamas, they don't feel threatened or feel as though they are not in a safe environment. They have to do that. All this talk about vaccination, if you hear one order come out now and say you can't go to the United States unless you have a vaccination, everybody who have a problem with it will get it.
Another homicide recorded by police as a game of dominoes turned violent on Easter Sunday. Police learned about a shooting incident on Nassau Street shortly after 12 noon. When they arrived, police met a man with several gunshot wounds to the abdomen. The now deceased man told officers that while at the game, a man that he knows approached him, produced the firearm, and shot him. The victim was transported to hospital, where he later died. Investigations into the matter continue. The 730-acre private island known as St. Andrews or Little Ragged Island is expected to be sold this Wednesday. The private destination has been listed for $19.5 million by New York auction house Concierge Auctions in coordination with Bahamas Realty. However, there is no reserve for the listing, meaning there is no minimum bid, and the island will be sold to the highest bidder. Bidding on the island began at the end of March with a $100,000 deposit. According to the website upi.com, the island is described as the southernmost of a 100-mile string of undeveloped Bahamian chain and is 10 minutes away from Duncantown Ragged Island, that is an airport accessible for Nassau, Cuba, Miami, as well as by private jet. The island also features deep water access on its eastern side, making it accessible to large ships. The auction house also noted that the surrounding waters are home to fish like grouper, snapper, barracuda, tuna, and kingfish.
Hey Miller, UEB producing another world-leading time at the Pure Athletics Spring Invitational Meet Sunday in Florida. Dressed in the all-pink with the gold yet to match, she blurred past her competitors to win the 20 meters in 22.03 seconds, beating the time of 22.17 did a week ago by American Gabriel Thomas. By the way, Shauna's personal best is 21.74. Also at that meet, Devin Charlton looks to be getting back in top form, running out the middle of the track, led from the first hurdle and took down the field, winning the 100-meter hurdles in 13.08 seconds, her fastest time since 2018. Looking for that scent or moisture that simply will soothe not only your body, but your mind? Essentially you. It all begins with the name, and this young business entrepreneur, Deshelle Ferguson.
Changed the wording and the spelling to encompass the scent and the different variety of scents that I have.
So how did she get started in the business?
It started out with me being in the U.S. and there being so many different variety of products, but you don't know what is actually in it. You can't really even make out what it says on the label. So I wanted to bring an all-natural product that I could use, that I can say, okay, I know what this is. So that's how I got started, and then when I came home, I was like, okay, now that I am home, I can have something for longevity for my family as well.
And during these times, running a business seems quite trying.
Do word of mouth, social media, just anywhere that I can get the word out. I have been trying to do that. It has been difficult because a lot of persons are stuck on brand name, and so if they don't really know what it is or who it's by, then they kind of shy away from it. But within the past few months, since COVID actually forced me into the entrepreneur lifestyle and having to put everything in, it has been going good. It's been picking up now, so hopefully the momentum kind of continues.
All her products are handmade.
Whether it is just mixing the ingredients or with putting them in the molds, I hand make everything. It's a process. I would say overall maybe an hour per batch, and out of each batch I get about 9 candles. All natural soaps ranging from turmeric to oatmeal, neem, moringa, so all natural products. I also have a foaming bath butter. I have body oils. I have soy aromatherapy candles. I have shower steamers. So in all of my products, I try to use essential oils to give you the aromatherapeutic benefits. I try to use products that I can't find here, but mostly, we are restricted, so I have to outsource and bring in items from the U.S.
What are the advantages of some of these products?
The oatmeal bar is good for eczema, moisturizing the skin, relieving sunburn as well. So a body frosting is a mix between a lotion and an oil. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds in moisturizing the skin, but it's not excessively oily. So the shower steamer is similar to a bath bomb, but a lot of persons say, well, oh, I don't sit in the tub. So I had to go ahead and kind of get my creative juices flowing, and I came up with a shower steamer where it's just you put it on the floor of the shower, and it disintegrates just like a bath bomb. Instead, you just don't get any type of skin benefits, but it does give you aromatherapy benefits. So as it fizzles out, the essential oil and the menthol crystals kind of work together to clarify sinuses. I have the energy steamer that has a blend of citrus essential oils to boost the mood. I have the eucalyptus and breathe, and you know that is for sinuses, relaxation. And then I also have Sweet Dreams that features lavender essential oil that kind of help you in the nighttime with inducing sleep.
Many drivers are cautious of avoiding use of the cell phone while driving, despite it being a big part of life in 2021. Our Lloyd Allen shares some details all drivers should take note of to avoid getting a ticket, but being at the top of class in virtual tech.
It's fair to say many of us struggle to comply with the present law prohibiting texting while driving. But if you are adventurous enough to explore hands-free options, you could easily experience the beauty in voice-activated controls. First off, most voice-activated systems on the market require some initial setting before use. But with that said, here are some of the top sellers. For brands like Mercedes-Benz, Ford, Toyota, Dodge, and Honda, they all are leading the pack and helping to keep drivers safe. For Mercedes, once you've connected your smartphone, activation generally requires you to press a button to execute a task. Mercedes also gives a reminder to not allow the onboard navigation to distract you while driving. For Ford's Sync 3 system, it works similarly to the Mercedes in that an activation button needs to be pressed prior to use. As far as usability, it offers info on fuel, navigation, and music. The Toyota Intune system features dynamic voice recognition in premium vehicles, allowing your car to identify your specific voice, but the drawback remains on still having to press a button to get what you need started. Dodge uses Uconnect, which offers an experience closer to an actual voice control. But still, like all others, there is still some shuffling required at the start of your destination to get you completely in control wirelessly. Honda, the unofficial car brand of the Bahamas, uses a standard voice control system, which offers the same option as most brands, but the true drawback to voice control is the initial setting. So to avoid getting that ticket for driving while using your phone, make sure you take care of the setting prior to starting your journey.
Bahamian history, in the year 1964, the Senate passed an amendment to the Public Holidays Act which legalized the sale of gasoline on holidays. The Bahamas captured the 2002 Carifta Boxing Championships in Martinique. Bahamian boxers won 9 gold, 5 silver, and 5 bronze. That was a look on Today in Bahamian History.
Just call me a Picasso because I have the best artist in the studio with me this morning. He goes by the name of Jamal, Celebrity Roll. Welcome to the morning edition, Jamal.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Good morning, Bahamas.
All right, so can you tell me what we'll be doing here this morning?
I don't know what we're going to be doing. You're the lead artist.
I can just do whatever
I want. Whatever colors on, and we just loving ourselves.
So, Jamal, what got you into painting?
Well, from I was 4 years old, I knew that I wanted to be an artist. I used to paint like this on the walls. I used to get beaten and still did it anyway. And so I knew that something with this art was special. And during my school years, all the projects I did, I had my friends would ask me to help them. The boys, I would charge $1. The girls, I would charge a kiss. And that's how my career started as an artist.
So why do they call you celebrity, Jamal Celebrity Artist?
Well, it's because of the celebrities I've drawn. I've done work for people like Oprah, Prince Harry, Pope Francis, and over 100 A-list celebrities I've done portraits for. Hence the name, the celebrity artist.
Jamal, do you think you can paint Fisher? I know I can. like right here.
Oh, that's Fisher. All right, I know if I'm not talented, you know, Fisher on fleek, so, you know.
You really think so? This is Charles, hold on, let me write his name. Charles Leonard, C-L-F.
All right, that's good. You solid. You need to paint me next. She take my job.
And how long does your paintings take?
Roughly a portrait takes hours and days. It depends on the subject. I do a lot, more than portraits. I do landscapes and speed painting. Sometimes it takes like about 10 minutes. I don't know how long this painting's gonna take. But I mean, it's looking good. You're the lead artist, you know. Where to go next? What color?
Well, I really like this pink, or this is purple that we have going on. But before we continue our lovely portrait here, Fisher has an interesting piece that he's so familiar with. Take it away, Fisher.
I really don't know what that is, Jamal and Kelsey is throwing over there, but it looks something like my kid did in kindergarten for our class. Well, she couldn't go to the pageant, so they brought the pageant to her. Today, Naisha Tillis is Miss Supernatural Bahamas. She participated with one other Bahamian for the title, the first time for a Bahamian. She tells us about her journey and her hopes to bring home the crown.
Usually, the pageant scene is lit with glitz, glamour, evening gowns, and swimsuits under the lights and scrutiny of a live audience. But like everything else, COVID-19 changed all of that.
So I participated in a virtual competition called Super Star Search, which was created by the creative director of Miss Supranational.
Meet Naisha Tillis, Miss Supernatural Bahamas. One of the top 5 pageants in the world, the pageant was restricted to a virtual stage this year, but with similar evaluations.
What I loved most is that they allowed contestants to show their creativity, in a sense, with submitting videos, showcasing their evening gown, showcasing their swimsuit, and we would have to submit those, which would be evaluated by the public, which constituted with votes 60% of our score, and judges played a role with the additional 40%.
Tillis scored her spot in the pageant floor over months, participating in a series of virtual competitions. Needless to say, she spent a lot of time working her internet followers as she competed to represent the Bahamas.
I'm the first contestant of this pageant from the Bahamas, but there was also another delegate that participated to represent the Bahamas as well. There were numerous countries that participated, and some of them were repeat countries because there was no restriction with regards to how many delegates, because ultimately there would be one winner. So there were 2 persons representing the Bahamas in this competition. Although I was the first to win overall, I'm also the first Bahamian to win also.
It was after months of votes and prayers that Naisha finally made it to the tense final question segment. She remembers the nerve-wracking moment of truth.
Because of the time difference in Poland, I woke up at 5 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. to do my final Q&A, which took place at 11 a.m. for the creative director in Poland. I did my Q&A, and after my Q&A, 30 minutes later, the creative director told me that there was a glitch in my recording, so I would need to come back and answer one more question. And I did not realize that that was his way of swinging me, in a sense, to let me know that I won.
With the Bahamas title in hand, Tillis is waiting out what she hopes will be a not virtual, but in-person dream come true.
Hopefully, come August, the end of summer, I will be representing the Bahamas at Miss Supranational in Poland. I'm extremely excited about it. Just being able to shift pageantry in the Bahamas and even do this virtually, which is something completely different. For me, I've competed 4 times in Miss Bahamas to represent the Bahamas, and it didn't happen the way that I expected it to. And for this to happen now, I'm at the age limit. I'm considered old in the pageant community. So for this to happen now, it just shows that, you know, once you have a dream and you go after it, it'll happen. And for me, in August, hopefully I'll be doing that.
Would you believe that this is the near perfect, when Kelsey and Jamal were doing it earlier. Now look at this, Jamal. Now tell us, how were you able to recreate what you guys were doing earlier?
Well, what I did was I just push and pull some colors. I got the inspiration from Kelsey. She started it. And I just use some colors that can work. And this is the beauty of art. You could turn anything into something beautiful.
So what is
You
this
heard
now?
that for
This
sure.
is
Anything can be
this
turned
is-
into something beautiful,
Yeah,
even you.
And what he did just now with which one we're doing, this is exactly. Tell us what's this?
Well, this Goodman's Bay, I just thinking about the sunsets that we have in the Bahamas, and I just wanted to, being in the spring season, wanted to use some of the colors and use the dark, the contrast with it to show the beautiful islands and beaches that we have in the Bahamas.
When my mind is boggling, Kelsey, how was he able to just picture and transform this so quickly? I just see him and then here it
All I
in
was
2
told
minutes.
was to give paint. Put more paint, that's all.
How were you able to do it?
Just imagination and inspiration and just having fun with it. People don't realize it isn't a stress thing. I'm so chill. We just enjoy the colors and you see what it turns out to be. This just happened to turn out to be this.
Now, Jamal, I know that you said it takes about 1 or 2 days for you to complete a portrait. If you have to sit Fisher down, how long will it take for you to do Fisher's portrait?
Now, I mean, you know, Fisher's a nice looking model, so, you know.
Disclaimers.
So, and like you said, I promised you before the show that I would have done a picture of you.
Of me.
This is you with your mask, and it's officially signed by me. So,
oh, man.
so that is Jamal, the artist right there. So
thank you, man.
So can I get into the field?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think you might take my job, man. You know.
Perfect job.
Yeah,
All the
thank you.
eyebrows, the hair,
see
the
that.
mask.
I think you need some color.
Fisher, the celebrity artist.
It's safe to say that my job is safe as a celebrity artist.
Well, that's going to do it. Be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Live at 5 with Amajal Knows the Northern Edition, and then the Bahamas tonight at 7 o'clock with Makushla Pinda. That's going to do it for Tuesday. Have a great week ahead. Thanks a lot, Jamal.
Yay. Thanks,
all
Bahamas.
about
It's good to be
painting.
here. Yes, let's paint.
You don't have no competition when you come out on your mission. You